Let's get to it.
Hey guys, it's Josh Lloyd. It's a pregame show. There's 4 games on this Thursday, and they're all weirdly early. No late game today. That's great for me. That means the pregame or the recap show will be out nice and early. Bunch of news just dropped. Giannis is out again tomorrow. Tyler Hero is out today. Caleb Martin is in today. Larry Nance is likely to play today. Baisley is out tomorrow. Wow, a lot of stuff going on. Just dropped as we went live. So, Hero out today, Giannis out tomorrow. That's the big one there. Of course, we had an update on Giannis. Giannis is out. LeBron is doubtful tomorrow. Achua, injured for a long time. Brogdon out as well. Just a lot going on at the moment, which is obviously important for us to pay attention to. How is everybody that is here? We will go into lineups in a second. We know that Porzingis is out today, along with Brattles Beal. We'll do that in a second. We'll go just flick over straight away and do some dribble game, I think. Just a little bit of fun to start off the show. I like doing these. Sorry if you don't, but I try to answer them quickly. Malik Monk to John Collins. All right, that's easy. That's Kevin Huerter, man. That's like a 20-second one. What's going on there? Dribble game. Pick it up, mate. That is the simplest one I've ever done. All right. Let's go back and have a look at the lineups now. Didn't even give you guys a chance to guess at that one. All right, I'm just looking at my chat function. It hasn't appeared on my screen, so hopefully I can get that. Here we go. All right, let's have a look at the lineups. We know the Wizards lineup is confirmed. Morris, Kispert, Avdia, Kuzma, and of course they're starting Anthony Gill at center when they've got Daniel Gafford there, because Wes Unseld is a useless coach. We're still waiting on Grant's status, Nurkic's status. We know Lillard is out, so Shaden Sharp gets another opportunity. Good stream opportunity for him here. PJ Tucker is questionable. Harden's out in Philadelphia, of course. Nothing really there with the Hawks. The Hornets have everyone out still. And as I said, Hero is out, so Strus gets that boost there. What other statuses are we waiting on? Justice Winslow's probable. That's really it. So anything else? Yeah, Drew Holiday out again on Friday as well. We already knew that was going to be the case. How is everyone? We're all good here. Everyone happy to go. Will Gafford have a good game? I wish I knew. It's frustrating that he's not starting. I think he'll have a better game than usual. Yeah. Will I be chugging beer in today's show? No, we didn't hit my $2,000 goal. So no, we won't be. What happened at Roto World? Yeah, I don't know. They just fired a bunch of people. I don't even know exactly who has been fired or who is left there, but a bunch of guys, plenty of them who have been on this podcast before, aren't working there anymore, which is really disheartening to see those guys go. So hopefully everything is okay with them. And I've spoken to both of the guys that I know that have gone, and there's others. I just don't know who is gone or who is left at Roto World at this point. So really disappointing. Why do I think coaches are going to third stringers when the first is hurt? Well, they're bad coaches. Really, it's so stupid. It's one of the dumbest things that coaches do, and I rant about this all the time. Unless you were going to, we want to keep our bench intact. It's garbage, right? Unless you were going to play, unless Anthony Gill is going to come in and play 32 minutes a night and replicate Porzingis exactly, then your rotation is changing. I don't understand it. Like, how dumb do you have to be to not be able to reconfigure a rotation? Like, you know what you do? Let's keep our rotation the same. All right, bench guy in for starter. It's foolish. I think it's pretty foolish. Anyway, Kawhi return and Miles Bridges return? Are you asking me when they'll return? If they'll return? The answer is nobody knows. Miles Bridges literally is not under contract. And if he does get under contract at some point, he'll be suspended. I don't think he plays. Kawhi, who knows? Something is going on that is weird and a setback. And I reckon maybe another week at least. I honestly couldn't tell you. Is Gabe Vincent a good stream? He absolutely is a good stream with Hero out. Absolutely for sure. Do I have a Patreon? Yes, I do. I don't really post anything there. I'm actually thinking of shutting it down, to be honest. Is Twitter really going away? I don't know. You have to ask old mate Elon, who has definitely done a million things to screw it up. Deliberately, perhaps. The stuff that he's doing is so stupid, though. Sell Siakam high in fear of this injury having long-term effects. A, you won't be able to. You can't sell high a guy who's injured. And B, no, I don't have any worry about long-term impacts of this injury. What to do with DeAndre Hunter from the Hawks?
Get
A, don't know why you drafted him. B, don't know why you still have him. C, why haven't you dropped him? B, why haven't you dropped him? D, why haven't you dropped him? E, why haven't you dropped him? Also, I've got a question. Why haven't you dropped him? How long until Jaren Jackson comes back? 2 to 3 weeks is my guess. Who are your favorite fantasy prospects in next year's draft? I honestly have not looked. I know some of the players, Wembanyama and Scoot and the Hendersons and Cam Whitmore, I think, is another one, but I haven't done any look at them in terms of where I would rank them or fantasy prospects. It's way too early for me to do that. Who's a better stash? Eason or Williams? Eason has a much better fantasy stat set, so it's him. Do I think Trey will bounce back in efficiency? Yeah, like he's shooting some horrendous numbers. He is at like career worst in terms of shooting percentage stuff. So yeah, I think he'll improve from there pretty easily. Okay. What determines if a player is sell high? If I say it. Of course, that's not true, but there's a number of factors. It's whether you can actually sell high. It's, are they doing stuff which is completely unsustainable, but the general discourse around that player seems to be that it will be sustainable. That's where you can execute a sell high. Like, we all know that Brook Lopez wasn't going to block 5 shots per game, but no one was buying into it anyway. Bol, people still think can play 28 minutes a night rest of season, whereas I don't think that's possible. He was also blocking 8.1 shots per 100 possessions, which also I did not think was possible, but people believe in him. It's about, and it is hard to do, and I try and bring this as much as I can to this show, or any show that I do, because I am enmeshed in fantasy basketball, whether that's through forums or social media or people tweeting at me or Basketball Monster or wherever. So I see the general discourse on every player and understanding how people think about these players, and you got to tie that into production. Whereas Bol, everyone's like, man, it's great. He's awesome. He's part of their core. He's a future piece for them. They're going to run this big lineup the whole time. And whereas I go, I don't know about that. And I don't know that a lot of this stuff sticks. So therefore, there is sell high potential there. Whereas Brook Lopez, everyone goes, there's no way. There's no way he's continuing to do this. So therefore, it's really hard to sell someone high like that. Add Mo Bamba, or does the return of Paolo kill the minutes increase? The minutes increase is not, it's not real. Like, Paolo, he got big minutes because Paolo last game, he got minutes the game before in a weird sort of situation where Bol was struggling. I am not bothering with Mo Bamba. Like, again, he is Wendell Carter's backup. He got extra minutes because Banchero was out. And there's so many players to come back here. I don't think there's any long-term value in him personally. Do I think Shaedon Sharpe will be a good player, not necessarily a good fantasy player? I do think he'll be a good player. I think he'll be a pretty good fantasy player, but we need to see some of the steals come through for him, which is going to take a while. Do I think LaMelo is taking a tad longer than expected to come back from ankle injury? Well, when I put the initial time frame on LaMelo Ball's ankle injury, I put it at like return the 20th of November. And then everyone basically on Basketball wants to scream, man, you've got him out way too long. He's going to be back. And so it sort of caved, and with some of the words from Clifford, yeah, he's not too far away. I actually brought him forward. So from my initial expectation, no, like I didn't expect him back now. But from, I guess, the way I adjusted it, probably wrongly, when I adjusted that time frame, then yes, if that makes sense. Is Hero out? Yes. Cade is questionable tomorrow, has a shin issue. Marvin Bagley might return. Alec Burks might return. There's going to be some really interesting stuff. Thoughts on Markelle news? Yeah, look, he's 3 to 4 weeks more away. Just drop him. Look, always the advice is if you've got an open injured slot, it does you literally no harm to hold him there. But that's a long time, mate. Do I think Jalen Duren's boost of playing time will continue?
I don't know how to respond to that.
Siri, literally nobody asked you. Do I think Jalen Duren's boost of playing time? No, I don't. Bagley will return. That'll hurt him. Last game, Stewart was in foul trouble, so that's what boosted Duren. They are dumb. They should start Duren every game. They should. This is the future. But it's going to actually go down versus then go up. Lorenzo, am I going to follow the World Cup? Yes, I will. How far will Australia go? Almost nowhere is my guess, but I don't know enough about international football to tell you how good each team is. I don't even know what the time frame is. 7 p.m. Qatar in... Let's have a look. What's the time zone converter? Yeah, it's not great. Oh, no, we get some games. We get some games in our night time. So I'll be able to watch a fair bit of that. That's actually not bad timing. I assume the World Cup schedule. Let's have a look. I reckon I'm going to be able to watch a fair bit of it. This is good because a lot of the European ones are so stinky for us to watch. Maybe not. What times are they playing these games? 3 a.m., midnight, 6 a.m. Well, there's a 9 p.m. game every day, and then everything else stinks after that. At least I'll be able to watch that 9 p.m. game. That's good. Yeah, so it's not as good as I thought it would be. The Mavericks have confirmed their lineup. Doncic, Dinwiddie, Bullock, Finney-Smith, Powell. Nobody should be surprised with that. No other news yet. Giannis has now missed 3 of the last 4 games with his knee problem. Yeah, not good, is it? All right. What else have we got happening here? Is Schroeder a good stash? I don't know. Like, I find it hard to see him playing big minutes or getting big usage on that team. Would I consider dark mode for your website? The white is bright. Sure. I know people have asked Ken before. I don't run the site. I don't do any of the tech. I have no ability to do any of that stuff. So sure, but it's really not up to me. Yeah, I would hold Hartenstein. You took a flyer on him. He was a top 100 player before you added him. I don't really think that was much of a flyer. He was top 100 in backup minutes. It hasn't been great, and Tibbs is misusing him a lot, which is frustrating, right? But yeah, I'm holding him. No problem. Do I see Anunoby continue to dominate, or should I sell high? You're not going to be able to sell high as a top 30 player. I think you just have to hold really and just enjoy it. Abassi and Sohan must roster for next week given their 5-game week. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to do a show on that in a couple of days' time. But yeah, 5 games of Bassi from what he's been doing, and 5 games of Sohan, maybe he rests. I think, yeah, they probably will be worth it. Do I prefer head-to-head or points leagues? Or I always prefer category leagues. Do I think Drew Holiday will finish top 25 rest of season in Yahoo points? Probably not top 25, no. Do I think Nick Claxton can get 30 minutes a night? Regularly, no, I don't. Do I think Paolo will be an all-star this season? No, I don't. Is Jalen Smith a hold in a 10-team league? In a 10-team league, you're probably going to be better off, streaming through that spot. Talked about this one a lot, Brian. Does the crucifix improve at all this year? Like, maybe. Don't expect big stuff, though. He's not a good defender, and Kid doesn't like that. The starting lineup is a bit of a red flag. Jericho, which lets me do this.
You just made the list!
But with so few games on, then yes, you can stream him. When is Bogdan set to return? We don't know yet. I'm going to guess end of November. He's not... I don't think his upside is high enough to necessarily hold on to him without an injured slot. What's the status of Nance? It looks like he's going to play, is my understanding. He's listed... Well, they said he's probable. He's likely to play. But, yeah, we need further confirmation on that. No updates on Nurkic yet. Still waiting to hear on that. Do I like Claxton or Duran long term? Duran I like more. How is Rozier in points leagues? What do you mean? How is he? He's good. Was that anime? What, this?
You just made the list!
That's Chris Jericho, the wrestler. Top 12 projection has been the biggest letdown. LaMelo Ball, obviously, hasn't played yet. Trae Young's otherwise been a pretty big disappointment as well. Love or Horford? Easily Horford to me. Keldon Johnson's a replica of DeJounte last year. No, he's not. DeJounte was a top 10 player last season. Keldon, I don't think, is top 50. Royce O'Neal or Poku? O'Neal's been really good. I'm still highly skeptical of a 13% usage player maintaining that level with those assists as well. And what happens when Kyrie comes back, if he comes back? What happens with Simmons' minutes push up? But Poku's very inconsistent. I'd probably just stick with O'Neal there. But geez, I don't feel good about it. Draft stars, Doncic and Gafford or Embiid and Vincent? Give me Doncic and Gafford, I think. But I'm not really confident with it. How does Cade get better considering his percentages are the same? Well, Aiden, he gets better by his percentages improving. Just because they are the same as what they were last season does not mean they remain the same as we move forward. He's had some real struggles at times, but how he gets better is by his percentages improving. Jordan Clarkson a sell high candidate? A little bit. Absolutely nobody will, though. Giannis is out for Friday. That is true. How do you address a weakness in the steals category? Your team is currently first in a roto league. My weakest category is steals. Should I try to make trades to address this, or is steals too volatile to target? Well, steals, they are volatile. You can target them, but you're first. What do you need to? You don't actually need to make big changes, which might actually end up hurting you more than they help you. You are first. And I would just keep rolling with the way things are going. How does someone become the lead b-ball analyst? I get hired for the job, and I'm the main person in charge of the projections. What do you mean? Do I think Grant and Nurkic will play that, Matt? It's just it's a guess, honestly. I'll say yes, but it'd be purely a guess. Who is the most improved player so far? It's got to be Lowry. Has to be Lowry Markkinen, I would say. Okay. Will Shea get shut down with a runny nose since he is so good? No. And that's never happened before. Because people love making up stories. It's never happened before. Why wouldn't they start Gafford? It's a really good question. It's a really good question, isn't it? They'd rather start a center who's not a center or not a good player in Anthony Gill. I think Victor Wembanyama has a chance to be a top 20 player next season. We'll never draft him there, but I think he's got a chance at that. Do you think Harden will keep being Harden after losing this time and Maxey stepping up? Yes, I do. Maxey's struggled actually since Harden went down. Efficiency has fallen away. Harden will be. I'm fairly certain Harden will be fine when he comes back. What are my thoughts on Sohan, Eason, and Poku future potential? Where do I rank all three? I rank Eason, Sohan, Poku probably. Yeah, that's how I would rank them. Do I see Lowry's production sustainable not just this season but future seasons? This season, relatively sustainable. Future seasons, maybe another one or two. Long term, 4 or 5 years down the track, I don't think so. Do I think Lowry is part of the Jazz future? 100%. 100%. Bagley could be back tomorrow. Might he? So, yeah, could be back tomorrow. When is Middleton coming back? I don't know. But I expect he's back relatively soon, but I don't know. Yeah, sack accountant. Who knows, man? Like, honestly, the Hornets have been so frustrating with their injury reporting this season. It's been annoying because they don't tell us anything at all. Which must be annoying for their fans too. You're wondering if Rozier will improve his field goal percentage. Well, I can't tell you the future, but isn't he shooting like 37%? So, one time in every 1,000, he won't improve from that. But otherwise, yes, like he's basically guaranteed to. What's been the biggest surprise this year? It's Bol, and there's literally no other answer to that. It's Bol, has to be. Would I add Pokusevski? Yes, I've said that a lot of times as well, yes. What are my thoughts on Jaren Jackson's injury news? What injury news do we actually hear? Do we hear anything that changed anything? I don't believe we did. What's the injury news that we heard? Please let me know. Will Harden have minutes restriction back-to-back when he recovers? I don't think there'll be any back-to-back issue, and he'll probably have a restriction for 1 or 2 games. Josh, do I diet? Sometimes. Not at the moment, though. I'm too fat at the moment. Any updates on Hayward? Nope, they're not telling us. Wow. Roto-World let go Dr. A as well. That's crazy. That's they've lost their mind. Wow. Did I copy any LeBron 20s? They haven't released here yet, Aaron. I'm waiting for them to be released, but no, I haven't got any yet. Will LaMelo's minutes be limited when he does return? I would have to expect yes for maybe a week or so. Who the hell's left at RotoWorld, man? That is rough. Does Zion have top 5 fantasy upside long-term for category leagues? No, I don't think so. Is Brogdon droppable? Yes. Yeah, JJJ is doing 3-on-3 work. Yeah, so that doesn't really change his timetable. Someone said 5 versus 5 play. It doesn't really change his timetable. We're still expecting end of November, maybe start of December. Where am I getting the info on RotoWorld? From the people who work at RotoWorld. They're either messaging me or they're posting it themselves. Are the RotoWorld layoffs why the play updates have been garbage? I don't know if they've been garbage, but these layoffs literally just happened today, so no. Why is RotoWorld letting people go? Cost cutting, apparently. Who do I think will be the starter on the Pacers other than Buddy Hield until Duarte comes back? Well, it looks like Nembhard's got that spot at the moment. They're apparently not loving Mathurin's starting ability there. So it looks like it'll be Nembhard. Anthony Gill or Kleber, both minimum salary. Give me Gill, I think. What is the origin of Fart and Will Barton? Go into YouTube, search this. Will Minson, Rocket Eid. That's all you need to type in. Do I predict the Jazz will make the playoffs? I think so, yes. I think they'll make at least the play-in. Yeah, LeBron 19s were garbage, Aaron. I agree. I don't have any of those. I did get some LeBron 2s, though. The Maccabi ones. The ones that he wore them yesterday. I got them out, and then my son's like, yeah, I'll take those. So now he's got them. Yeah, they look pretty nice. Does Nance impact Herb's performance at all? Not really, I don't think. Any interest in the LaMelo MB2s? Yep, bought a pair of those. My son wears the MBs for tennis. So he's got one pair, the MB1s, which he wears on, I think, clay courts, and now he got a new pair of MB2s to wear on hard courts. Appreciate that, Camden. I do know how to lose weight. Like I can do it. I honestly can do it whenever I want. At the moment, I just don't want to because I haven't been able to exercise due to COVID. So I was losing weight, and I've got a Peloton, and I've been riding it, but I've got no aerobic capacity at all after COVID. So I haven't been able to get back on that, and I'm just enjoying eating food. Do I predict Gaff at over 25 minutes? No, I'm going to say under. What other news? Nothing else. PJ Tucker is listed active, so we're going to expect that he plays. Yeah, we're going to expect that he plays. How did I get Michael Bolton? It was literally just a cameo. That's it. I don't know him personally. I wish I knew him. I'd get him to come on the show. But no, it was just it was a cameo that I got him to do. How much can Scotty Barnes improve on what he's doing now? I'm not sure it's that much. He can improve his steals and blocks, which are low, but he wasn't a high steals or blocks guy really last season. Yeah, I'm not sure how much there is for him to improve this season. I don't think he's ever going to be this huge usage guy. Can I hoop? No, I cannot. I mean, I can play basketball badly though. I am, despite the way my body might look, I am rather athletic, or sort of athletic, or I used to be anyway. What do you think of Rui for tonight? There is extra opportunity for him, but he's still not starting. Or is he? Did I miss that? No, he's not starting. And his lines are always empty. No, do not drop Jordan Poole. Do I think Knicks fans are aware their coach sucks? Yes. Yes. How much has the money has the stash raised? 1,700 we've raised so far. Who is closest to a return, Middleton or Jaren Jackson? Middleton. Why is the Duran sound drop a camera? It's the start of a song called Girls on Film by Duran Duran. Do I think there's something seriously wrong with LaMelo's ankle? No, I don't. I think that was a significant sprain, and he's, I think what they say was like grade 2 or something. And to me, it's right on the timeline where he is. This is the timeline I did expect initially. What sports did I play? Footy? Yes, I did. I also played cricket. We've only got a couple of minutes left. Dynasty League, Jalen Duran or the Bronco Jalen Williams? Big men have an easier path to fantasy relevance when they're good, and I think that would just sway me to Duran over Williams. So like Suggs or Jabari Smith more? Short and long term. Smith. I think it might be rough early on, but Smith. Is Derek White an elite streamer with Brogdon out? I do think that there is value in him. Also, they've got a back-to-back coming up.
Maximum Derek.
And Horford might get those tricky back-to-back spasms again, which will help White even more. All right, we are 3 minutes away. Do you start Dennis Smith in games cap roto? Yes, I think so. I think you do. With everyone still out, I think you just keep rolling with him. Do I think Cousins will actually get signed by the Kings? Even if he does, what impact is he going to make, really? So, no, I don't think they'll sign him. But even if they do, it doesn't actually matter, I don't think. Stream Capella for today? What? Why would Capella not be rostered? If Capella's available to add, you add him and you hold him. Where would I rank the wave pool? Josh Hart, Ben Simmons, Kelly Olynyk. Need to drop players to make room from players coming back from IL. Well, then you're pretty loaded, right? But the guy whose value is going to drop here is Melton. He is the worst of that group, I think. So he's probably the one that you go with. Yeah, I still have some faith in Simmons being the best of this group. So it's probably Simmons, Hart, Olynyk, Melton. But how are they your worst players? All right, that's it. We're going to head out because I've got to go and do some work on Basketball Monster. Thanks everyone for being a part of the show. As usual, hit a like on the way out. That'd be great. And we'll catch up soon. I'll see you guys later.